And good evening. We are live from Lanier International Raceway here in Georgia. It is the National Series, the Super Late Models 27 on hand. Last time we checked, I want to send out a big thank you to DirtFan.com, Ultimate Dirt TV, Next Level Designs, Grace Productions, Team MDM, Team Outlaw for being our sponsors of the World of Thunder. Ultimate Dirt TV sponsors Wicked Cushion, World of Thunder iRacing League, ISBC, and iRace Wraps and Critical Hit Baits. We are currently qualifying right now here at Lanier International Raceway. Garrett Niebruge, your fastest qualifier so far. James Ambrosius currently now. Jacob Fields goes to the top spot with a lap of 13.732. My name's Chris Nunn. Thanks for joining us. I'll have Brett Wheeler along with us. I believe Brett may be back. I think he found his way into the in the booth.
Yeah, I just had to get by Jerry, the security guard. Didn't want to let me in, so had to try and play there. Oh, come on, mate, just let me in. But finally, back in here. But Devin Morgan on screen right now, as he'll get a lap in here. Dylan Wilson, quick time at the moment with a 13.681, and these drivers have only got one lap to make it count.
Devin Morgan, you're taking a look. He is your current points leader right now by 5 markers over Tyler Ducharme. Blake Brown sits third in the point standings, so it's only 26 points separate your top 3 in point standings here in your National Series late models. Dylan Wilson, Jacob Fields, Garrett Niebruge, Gavin Collins, and James Ambrosius right now. Currently your top 5, Tanner Tomasi, Tyler Ducharme, Brent Fair, Devin Morgan right now currently your top 9 in qualifying, as qualifying is over. Take a look at how qualifying ended up.
That's if it's gonna play these games on me again. I don't think
we get new equipment, and it just takes a little bit to work it out. That's all it takes.
Yeah, this is frustrating. I've got an update, but anyhow, we're not going to worry about that. I guess we'll just take a look at our starting grid, and even then, that still hasn't worked. This is annoying.
Looks like Dylan Wilson is going to be your pole sitter here in heat race number 1. Outside of him, we'll see Gavin Collins.
Tyler Ducharme out of position number 2. Aaron Kitchen will roll off out of position number 3.
Row 3 on the inside. Alex Payne will start 5th. Outside of him, we'll see Blake Brown.
And we'll go back to William Duval out of position 7 and Zach McSwain out of position number 8.
Row 5, we're going to see Dustin Sizemore. In 11, outside of him, Brett Rolls will be rounding out the field here in heat race number 1 in the Super Late Model National Series here on Ultimate Dirt TV. And Devin Morgan, Tyler Ducharme, Blake Brown, your top 3 in points. Chris Fisher and Evan C. round out the top 5. Then it's Zach McSwain, Blake Majulis, Dalton Cloyd, Jordan Casey. And it is Dylan Hauser rounding out the top 10 in points.
So, Wilson coming off a good week last week. Didn't run the Pro Late Models tonight. He's just come out here for the National Series, and a couple of drivers getting the invite from the B Series that happened many hours ago.
Yep, we had Jacob Fields, James Ambrosius, Alex Payne, Ben Countermarsh, and Brad Dyer got all the invites. So hopefully they all joined us. Pace truck going to pull in as we are underway in heat race number 1 of the National Series Super Late Models. Dylan Wilson takes the lead into that number 80 machine. It is Gavin Collins and Tyler Ducharme. Battling for that second spot is Collins in the 713, Ducharme in the bottom in that number 25 machine as they roll out of turn number 1.
Yeah, it's Gavin Collins holding on a second, but here comes Aaron Kitchen. Contact there with Tyler Ducharme in the 25, and now Blake Brown, Alex Payne, they'll have a quick coming together down into turn number 3. Out of turn 4, the battle is on for position 3 is Ducharme, holding off a challenge here from Aaron Kitchen.
And Kitchen is right there on his tail down the bank straight away into turn number 3. Ducharme, he has got to watch out because he is right behind him. As you mentioned earlier on, they got mirrors in these cars here on iRacing. You don't normally see them in real dirt racing. Here on iRacing, they can look right out their mirror. Blake Brown right back there on the other side of the screen in the 5th position.
And again, we'll bring the numbers up as well right next to the interval so you can get a good indication of who is where and what driver is in what numbered car. And again, if you're not familiar with some of these drivers, you think, well, who is who? But there it is, top left-hand side of the screen. Meanwhile, Gavin Collins was coming after your race leader then. We've got 5 in the books and 5 laps left to run. But here goes Kitchen to the inside in the 17 on Tyler Ducharme.
He's trying to get that third spot away down into turn number 3. He'll throw the slide job on him coming out of turn 3 and 4. Kitch and Ducharme side by side down the front straightaway. Old Ducharme, I thought they made a little bit of contact. And here comes Blake Brown out of the inside. He's got McSwain behind him as well. Slide job incoming one more time, Brett.
Yeah, good battle between, Kitchen and Ducharme as they'll make contact once again. As little contact down into turn number 1 and 2 this time, and now it's Kitchen now. Well, he had to back out of the gas. Blake Brown as here comes McSwain to the inside. He'll go for the daily double, get the 2 for the price of 1, but Blake Brown says, no, thank you very much. I'll go back to the inside as Aaron Kitchen. He'll fall outside of the top 5, back there in position number 6.
And we got a good battle going on. Your leader, Dylan Wilson, he's got 6/10 as the white flag is out. This is the final time here in this first heat race. Down the back straightaway, it is still Ducharme trying to hold him off in that third position. But here's a battle for the win. It's going to be Dylan Wilson over Gavin Collins. That battle for third, McSwain and Ducharme. It is Ducharme by a nose over McSwain.
All right, this time the results are going to work for the moment. Oh, here we go. There we go. They're up. Dylan Wilson, Gavin Collins, Tyler Ducharme, your top 3. McSwain, Kitchen, the top 5. Blake Brown, Alex Payne, Dustin Sizemore, William Duvall, and Brett Rolls. They are in heat race number 1. Heat number 2. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Just a nice little easy transition there.
On the pole, we'll see Jacob Fields out of Columbus, Indiana. Outside of him, we'll see James Ambrosius.
Brent Fair going to start position 3. Dalton Cloyd out of position number 4.
And row number 3 on the inside, the 13-year-old, it'll be Barry Sorensen. Outside of him, Mitch Stiles in 54.
Tanner Folds in car number 15 going to start position number 7. And Chris Fisher will start position number 8.
And Huey Quillen is going to be the tail end of the field there, starting in the 9th position here in heat race number 2.
How many laps? Oh, you can't even see. It's
8-lap heats.
10 lap heats. I was just gonna try and figure out how many laps is how many laps the main event is.
100 is what we had listed on the Facebook page of 100 laps.
I want to fight Steve again.
Lights out. Here we go. Green is out. Jacob Fields takes the lead into turn number 1. It's James Ambrosius down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Here they come. It is Brent Fair out of the inside, trying to get that second spot away. It's Ambrosius. We got a spin. It's Fair. He goes around on the front straightaway and he's into the inside wall as the green flag remains out, it looks like.
Yep. He's Brent's obviously thinking that's not very fair at all. Yep.
Down the back.
Kind of went there.
I like it. That's good. Down the back straightaway. Here's that. Oh! Contact. Cars into the wall. Stiles, Folds, and both cars hard into the attenuator there. In the exit. We're still green.
I was going to say, I get the feeling we're about to go yellow here, but just thinking back, I don't think they throw the yellows in the heat races. So right now, Fields holds on to nearly a 9/10 of a second lead over Ambrosius. Back there in second, Cloyd closely followed in there in third. And again, top 3 going to move straight to the main event. Everybody else, they'll be put into the B mains.
Down the front straightaway, still Jacob Fields leads Ambrosius. Now Dalton Cloyd into that third spot. Huey Quillen moving up from the tail. He is now into that 4th position. So a good run for Huey Quillen in that 4th spot.
Something we don't often see. Lap traffic in the heat races. Of course, Brent Fair trying his best to stay on the lead lap, but it ain't going to matter all too much as Jacob Fields. He'll get the 3 to go signal this time by 7 laps completed. And right now, if you're Jacob Fields, do you try and go for the pass knowing that Ambrosius is only about 6 to 7/10 of a second back? Or do you try and force the issue and try and get around the lap car?
Out of turn number 4, Brent Fisher, still your lap car in front of Jacob Fields, excuse me. Oh, Fields had a little bit of an issue. He got crossed up trying to get around Brent Fisher down the back straightaway. And Ambrosius now, he is right on the tail end of your leader, Jacob Fields.
Yeah, the white flag is out here in heat race number 2 here on the DirtFan.com Super Late Model National Series. Fields into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. It looks like he will win heat race number 2. Second will go to James Ambrosius. Third across the line. 1.2 seconds back to Dalton Cloyd Huey Quillen. Going to come home in 4th. 5th is going to be Barry Sorensen. Then we'll go to Chris Fisher and Tanner Folds. Brent Fair, along with Mitch Stiles there in heat race number 2. Let's see if the results come up this time. There we go, they do.
Fields, Ambrosius, Cloyd, Quillen, your top 4. Sorensen rounding out the top 5 here in heat race number 2. Heat race number 3 will be coming up here in just one moment.
We're going to try something, see if the qualifying results come up. Now they do.
Dylan Wilson was your fast qualifier. Jacob Fields second quick. Garrett Niebruge your third fastest qualifier. Gavin Collins and James Ambrosius were your top 5 in qualifying. Looks like 0.3 of a second separated first to 18th there.
All right, you ready for this name? It's actually Garrett Niebruge.
There we go. Niebruge. I like it. He'll be on the pole of heat race number 3. Outside of him, we'll see Tanner Tomasi in that CJ1 machine.
Couple of VLR drivers in row 2. Devin Morgan starts position 3, and Evan C out of position number 4.
Row number 3 on the inside, we'll see Justin Sick in that 017 machine. Outside of him, Daniel Passmore.
James Gray's going to roll off position 7. Blake Murray out of position number 8.
And Brad Dyer going to round out the field here in a heat race number 3 in that 8th position. Niebruge is going to be your pole setter. Outside of him, Tanner Tomasi in that CJ1, that Team MDM driver out of Pittsburgh, Kansas. Keep an eye on that driver in the 33 machine, Evan C. in that Team VLR Chesney, South Carolina native machine. That is that good-looking number 33 as we are green here in heat race number 3 as Niebruge got a great start coming out of turn number 4. And he's got Tomasi, and here comes Devin Morgan out of the inside.
Yeah, Morgan straight up on the inside, and look at that. They'll go 3 wide down through turn number 3 and 4. Tomasi C and Justin Sick. That was 3rd, 4th, and 5th. They'll go 3 wide again briefly through 1 and 2, but now Devin Morgan up the inside on Niebruge down through turn number 3 and 4. 2 in the books, 8 to run, and Devin Morgan will have the lead, and he will have the lead there. He will lead lap 2 by half a car length.
Devin Morgan's had himself a day. He's already got a win earlier in the day in another race, and he's looking to make it another one here. In this one here at Lanier International Speedway, he has now got the lead over Niebruge. He's got up about a car length lead, we'll call it. Tomasi and Evan C battling it out for that 3rd spot as they're side by side coming out of turn number 3 and 4 will complete lap number 5.
Yeah, as well down through 1 and 2. Tomasi trying to break up the Team VLR.com 1, 2, 3 podium lockout as Tomasi work on the outside of the racetrack following Niebruge up on the top side as well. But man, Evan C, he's good down on the low side at both ends, just following Devin Morgan. So the guys that started in row 2, Devin Morgan and Evan C, they run 1 and 3. Niebruge and Tanner Tomasi, they were on the front row. They're sitting 2nd and now 4th.
And here comes Tomasi now back to the top side, trying to find a way around Evan C down the back straightaway. Devin Morgan's got a 0.2 of a second lead over Niebruge, and now here comes Evan C to the inside. He'll try to take the 2nd spot away. He will not make the pass as they roll out of turn number 2. He'll try to get on the bottom. Will Evan C in that 33 machine.
Yeah, 2 to run this time by out of turn number 4. Heat race number 3. The DirtFan.com Super Late Model Nationals Series tonight from Lanier National Speedway. As right now, it's Devin Morgan down into turn number 3 and 4. He's got a good 6/10 of a second lead as the white flag flies. And here comes C on Niebruge.
Out of turn number 1 and 2 they go. C to the inside of Niebruge. Down the back straightaway they go. Niebruge's got the advantage into turn number 3. He'll take it deep, and we'll see if C can get underneath him. It's going to be Devin Morgan taking the win. 2nd goes to Niebruge. Evan C gets 2nd, and Tanner Tomasi will take that 4th spot with Justin Sick rounding out the top 5. So good run for your winner, Devin Morgan, in that number 12 machine out of Easley, South Carolina. 2nd place goes to Garrett Niebruge, and 3rd went to Evan C. So a good run for Evan C out of South Carolina. Good run for the South Carolina natives in that heat race.
Yeah, that's I think a good friend as well, Kevin Dedman, actually had Had a go in a winged go-kart, outlaw go-kart, with the wing on top.
Oh, okay. Those are fun.
Yeah, just over the past weekend. So let's take a look here at your C main. In fact, it'll be B main, I believe. It'll be B main number 1. Your grid's on screen right now.
Zach McSwain, your pole setter, in the number 25. Outside of him, just got done off the racetrack. It's Tanner Tomasi.
Barry Sorensen starts position 3. Blake Brown will start position number 4.
Row 3 on the inside. Blake Murray on the inside. Outside of him, we'll see Tanner Folds.
Then we go back to Dustin Sizemore and Daniel Passmore in positions 7 and 8.
And Mitch Stiles will round out the field here in this B main event. So it's going to be a good one. We had 3 heats. We took the top 6, correct? I think.
I don't know. I can't see. Hang on.
We'll figure it out.
Tell you what, let's play that. And we are going to take top 6. Yes. See, I just played something on the other screen, and people didn't see what I just did, so...
Can't beat that.
I win.
All right, Zach McSwain, Tanner Tomasi, your front row as the pace truck takes that hard left into the infield here at Lanier International Speedway. And we are back underway here in B main action. It is Zach McSwain out front, Tanner Tomasi in that second spot. Barry Sorensen going to catfish down there on the bottom of the racetrack with Blake Murray behind him. Murray got a shot in the shorts there from Blake Brown as he tried to move him out of the way. It's going to be McSwain leading lap number 1.
Tomasi, Sorensen, and Murray all riding the top side. Blake Brown running on the low side. Then we'll go back to Dustin Sizemore. He's car into the wall. I think it might be Daniel Passmore in that number 8 machine as we stay green. Remember, top 6 going to go through, so Passmore already going back to pit road. He is OUT in this one.
All right, as they move out of turn number 4, it's still McSwain. Tomasi 0.3 of a second behind. As they roll into turn 1 and 2, Tomasi disappeared there for just a second. He might be having some issues there on his end of the... Does that mean when they're flashing, that means it's on their end of the screen,
that's
right?
That's correct, yes. That's look, if you're the car behind that car that's flashing, you tend to get paranoid because you don't want to catch up to the back of them, and then all of a sudden you sort of lag through them and then potentially take them out and also take yourself out along with everybody else behind you.
So if you're Barry Sorensen, you're thinking, okay, this has to stop at some point in time.
You'd hope that it stops. Sometimes
Zach McSwain.
Sometimes we don't always get what we want here on the racetrack.
McSwain still your leader by 0.4. As Barry Sorensen and Blake Murray round out the top 4. Blake Brown in that 5th spot. Dustin Sizemore, Tanner Folds, and Mitch Stiles round out the field here in this 12-lap B main event. Nothing happening up front. Top 4 still remain the same as they run single file.
Here we were thinking a bit of social distancing wasn't going to be the case from the fans' point of view. They were getting tucked in nice and close, but social distancing happening on the racetrack. Got to say, Tanner Tomasi right now closing in on your leader, the 25 of McSwain. And he might be able to do something here, but time's running out. 3 laps to go.
That's one place I don't want to see social distancing is on the racetrack. I want to see everybody right on top of each other, 3-4 wide within inches. When you're social distancing on the racetrack, that's not a good thing.
No, it's not. 2 to run for McSwain, Tomasi, Sorensen, Blake Murray, Blake Brown, and Dustin Sizemore, who hangs on to the final transfer position in tonight's main event. He just got to go around 1.5 more times, but here comes Tanner Folds to the inside. They'll go side by side. Oh, there's good battle on for the transfer spot.
One of these guys is going to be unhappy. They're not going to make it into tonight's 100-lapper. Folds got a little sideways coming out of turn 2. As they roll out of turn number 4, it's going to be McSwain, Tomasi, and Sorensen. Then it's Murray, Brown. At the line for the final transfer spot, it's going to be Dustin Sizemore.
Yeah, he just held on to that one. I'll bring up your results here. And there it is. Zach McSwain, Tanner Tomasi, the first and second. Sorensen, Murray, Brown, Sizemore, Folds, Stiles, and Passmore. Just completing just a couple of laps there, but we'll go into B main number 2. We'll take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
All right, it's going to be Huey Quillen, your pole setter. Outside of him, we'll see Aaron Kitchen.
Justin Sick going to roll off position 3. Chris Fisher will start position number 4.
And in row number 3, I think we'll see Alex Payne. Outside of him, we're going to see James Grace.
Brent Fair will start position 7. William Duvall out of position number 8.
And then our final row, we'll see Brad Dyer and Brett Rolls. I think we're taking 3 out of these B mains, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it was 6.
So we'll take 6 out of the heats, that's 18, and then 3 out of each B main will make 24, right?
Yeah, we took 3 from the heats. And
3 from the heats. I thought we took top 6 would. Yeah, I am so confused. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you're about as confused as to why we're still doing 100 laps around Lanier.
So I think we took the top 6 out of the heats, and I think we're taking the top 3 out of each B main. I think
reverse it.
Okay.
Top 3 from the B, top 3 from the heats, and top 6 from the Bs.
Okay, we'll do that. I like it.
Green flag is out. We're underway. Huey Quillen, the first of 12 times around here in B main number 2 competition. Again, it's the battle of the 17s for second and third as Justin Sick holds on to position 2. Then you go back to Kitchen, Payne, Fisher. 3 wide as Brad Dyer works up on the inside.
Out of turn number 1 and 2 they go. It's Quillen, and then Justin Sick now. He's on the bottom of the racetrack. You saw him running the bottom of the racetrack in the fixed pro late models earlier on. He was not getting off that bottom even if you paid him. He loves that bottom of the racetrack. He's in second. Aaron Kitchen now going to the outside, trying to get second away.
One thing that these super late model drivers tend to do, and compared to the likes of the wing sprint cars, they roll right through the slick, and you can roll right through the slick and be just as fast as the guys that are using that moisture up on the top of the racetrack, and that's what we're seeing Justin Sick do right now. Now we've got a 3 wide for the lead.
Out of turn number 4, you got a barn burner. It's Justin Sick now going to the lead. It's going to be Quillen and Kitchen battling it out for that second and third place as Quillen and Kitchen about touched coming down the back straightaway in the fourth. Oh, and they make contact, and look out. Kitchen almost goes around, but somehow he almost kept the second place. He'll fall back to third, and they almost made contact again, did Quillen and Kitchen. We'll keep an eye on this one. This may not be over.
Yeah, this is getting pretty heated right now as Quillen, he slammed the door shut on Kitchen. Obviously wasn't too happy with the contact two times in the matter of a couple of laps. So Payne going to fall back to position, or right up to position 4. Brad Dyer back there in 5th. And then you go back to Chris Fisher. He's in the 6th and final transfer spot. So the third of our 17 cars, Brett Rolls. It shows 26 up on the top left, but he's in fact driving the number 17. He's on the outside looking in at the moment.
Justin Sick has a 6/10 of a second, now 7, 8, now 9, almost a second lead over Aaron Kitchen as we complete lap number 9 here in this 12-lap B main event. Aaron Kitchen still second, Huey Quillen in third, then is Payne, Dyer, and Fisher. As we have got Alex Payne now looking to the outside. Now he'll make the move. Good racing here, top to bottom.
Yeah, well, he's already done some laps here early on today in a super late model in the B series, and now he finds himself in the National Series, the Invitation League only. As we'll go through turn number 1 and 2. The white flag is going to come out this time by for your race leader, Justin Sick. And I'm going to say Aaron Kitchen right now. He has closed the gap big time here on your race leader. 1 to go, Chris.
And at turn number 1, we'll see what happens here as Aaron Kitchen is now closed within 1/10 of a second on your leader, Justin Sick. They roll down the back straight away. Into turn number 3 and 4, a pair of 17s going at it for the lead here in B main number 2. It's going to be Justin Sick as Aaron Kitchen slapped the wall. Coming down the front straightaway, Huey Quillen 3rd, Alex Payne 4th, Brad Dyer 5th, and Chris Fisher getting that 6th and final transfer spot.
All right, bring the results up there from the B main, and we'll take a quick little break here, and again we'll play the national anthem, then we'll come back in just a few moments' time, get set for our A main event here from Lanier National Speedway.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
On behalf of the World Thunder iRacing League, Daniel Passmore, BJ Duvall, and myself, Stephen McMillan, we want to thank the people working the front lines to serve our hospitals, our grocery stores, gas stations, first responders, and military personnel. Remember, it will take every one of us to get through this pandemic. Continue practicing social distancing, and together we'll get through this. God bless each and every one of you. And we hope you will tune in every Sunday night for the DirtFan.com iRacing series, live on Ultimate Dirt TV.
All right, we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV for the DirtFan.com Super Late Model, the National Series, invite only here on Ultimate Dirt TV. And again, a big thanks to, of course, DirtFan.com and World of Thunder Racing League. Brett Wheeler joined alongside Chris Nunn with you for the call for tonight's 100 lap A main event, as we get set to take a look here at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
All right, we got our top three. It's going to be a little different than what you see there on the screen. We have got James Ambrosius on the pole. Outside of him, we have got Jacob Fields in the 007.
Garrett Niebuhr and Dylan Wilson going to roll off out of positions 3 and 4.
And in row number 3, we'll see Gavin Collins on the inside. Outside of him, we'll keep an eye on this car, number 112 at Devin Morgan.
Tyler Ducharme starts position 7. Dalton Cloyd out of position number 8.
Row number 5 on the inside, we're going to see Evan C. out of Chesney, South Carolina. Outside of him, it's going to be Zach McSwain coming to us from Gaffney, South Carolina.
Justin Sick out of position 11. Tanner Tomasi will start position number 12.
Row number 7 on the inside, we're going to see Aaron Kitchen. Outside of him, it's going to be Harlan, Iowa's Barry Sorensen.
Huey Quiller will roll off out of position 15, and Blake Murray lining up out of position number 16.
Row 9 on the inside, it's Alex Payne. Outside of him, we're going to see Blake Brown.
And your final 3 drivers, Brad Dyer in position number 19, Dustin Sizemore out of position 20, with Chris Fisher rolling off out of position number 21.
All right, 100 laps. It's going to take some patience. It's going to take some saving tires. It's going to take a lot to win this one.
It's going to take a lot of saving. Let's try and save our voices. Save our sanity while we're here.
Just in 2013, we did an internet broadcast at Anderson Speedway, actual real life. I called all 500 laps of the race by myself with no break.
500 laps.
Yes, sir. I didn't have a caller commentator or nobody at all. It was fun.
I can't imagine in what universe that would be fun, calling 500 laps.
It was the little 500 sprint car race at Anderson Speedway.
Yeah, but you know what? The difference between online and the real thing, obviously, you know what the differences are. You've got, you can see a little bit more when it comes to, drivers and stuff like that. You got a bit more background knowledge on the driver. Sometimes if they're not gonna show anything, these drivers they're just not gonna give you any information whatsoever.
Oh yeah, it's definitely it's a big learning curve here on this iRacing deal as well, because you got numbers that don't match the drivers that are out there and everything else. You just got to go by what you see. It's a big learning curve. I like it. I love it. Keeps me on my toes.
All right, well, let's grab that off the screen because we're not going green flag anytime soon. What we are doing right now is the drivers have made their way around this tight little bull ring of a racetrack into a 4-wide salute, except for the what looks to be the last couple of rows. They look like they're going 2 and 3 wide, but nonetheless, we're 4 wide here in the DirtFan.com Super Late Model National Series, Chris.
Best side motorsports, the 4-wide parade lap as your National Series Super Late models roll down out of the turns here. Is a good-looking sight right there. Your points leader, Devin Morgan. He has got Tyler Ducharme in second, Blake Brown in third. Only 26 markers separate the top 3 in points. And Chris Fisher sits in fourth, Evan C. fifth. We're going to the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway next week. That's going to be exciting. That track right there, it's cowboy up all the time.
Looking forward to the sprint cars there next week. The late models, I think, put on somewhat of a decent show. I don't know how we're going to go with the pro late models. What I heard
a little birdie told me we're doing 100 laps on that one too.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think I might be sick next week. You can't expect me to get up at the crack of dawn when it's minus 46 degrees and I feel like I've got snow outside on the window. It's that cold and expect to do a 100 lapper at the crack of dawn.
I'm excited for the big one on May 31st. 400 to win, UMP Modifieds. We're gonna have a huge field for that one.
Yeah, looking forward to that one as well. But well, it is time. Our 100 lap A main event here at the DirtFan.com Super Late Model National Series. We are about to drop the green flag. 100 circuits at James Ambrosius will lead down into turn number 1 and 2. Nibuji straight up on the inside on Jacob Fields, and well, get a good look at the racetrack, get a good look at the moisture, because come about lap 50 or 60, it ain't going to be there, mate.
We're going to have a black slick from top to bottom come about halfway. You are correct. It's starting to slick off about 3/4 of the way up the racetrack. Ambrosius now Fields and Nibuji going at it for that second spot. Dylan Wilson back there in that good-looking Team D1 RT number 80 machine as he rolls down the front straightaway in a fourth.
Yeah, he's just getting to the back of Jacob Fields there. Just a tiny little bit. There's now Fields. He'll dive it down low. Very interesting to see that these drivers are, I guess, just sort of taking it easy, but you know, they want to put themselves in a good spot early on in this race so they can be there come the end of this 100 lap main event. And right now, I guess these drivers, well, they wouldn't even be thinking about lap sort of 80 or 90 just yet. They were just getting around and making sure they get through the first 20 to 30 first up.
Nobody looks like they're saving anything right now. They look like they've just all been fired out of a cannon down the back straightaway. It is Dylan Wilson now has moved up to that second spot. He's battling Nibuji. He's going to be the car to watch as Dylan Wilson looks to take that second spot away as he looks down the back straightaway. He's got it from Nibuji.
Yeah, Morgan on the outside of Fields, and then up on the inside, that'll be Gavin Collins in the 713. They were 3 wide for a moment, just about coming out of turn number 4. Gavin Collins had to back out of the gas, otherwise the gap was going to really close up with Jacob Fields also right on the low side. Here comes Morgan. He's upstairs now, so topside early on looks like the place to be, and that's what we're seeing Devin Morgan do very well in turn number 3 and 4. He'll run the slaughter line in 1 and 2, and now he'll do the same as we go yellow. It only took 8 laps before we had our first yellow. Jeez, the pro late model drivers had one better, and we got Chewy Quillen upside down.
Oh, he is definitely the worst for wear, upside down up there in turns 1 and 2. Hopefully we'll be able to see what happened there. We will. Here on our Wicked Cushion instant replay.
So keep an eye on that 4 car on the inside. There's a little tap there from Aaron Kitchen. Sizemore nowhere to go. Not a happy place. It's right. What's this? Ready? We're going to go on board here in just a second. Right, so that's the tap that he gets from behind.
Over he goes.
Quick as you like. Jeez, I hope the onboard camera stayed on there. Look, there it is too. Onboard does stay on.
Got to send out a special shout out to one of our loyal listeners, Patricia Payne, watching us tonight. So she's one of our dedicated watchers.
She is. Actually, I got to get happy birthday to my old man, my boy, my dad today. It's his birthday. Won't tell him how old he turns, but he knows how old he is. Happy birthday, Pops.
He's young. Back underway we go. It's still James Ambrosius out front. He's got a hard-charging Dylan Wilson behind him. Wilson's not saving it. He wants to get to the front as fast as possible. As they roll out of turn number 1 and 2, it's Ambrosius, Wilson, Nibrugi, Morgan, and Jacob Fields now fell back to the 5th position as Devin Morgan looks to work his way into the top 5.
Yeah, just watching the 25 of Tyler Ducharme in that up on the top side of the racetrack as well. He's slowly been making his way forward in this one. And again, just early on, these drivers all just trying to battle, try and battle for position and just get as many spots as they can. I guess they're just sort of taking it easy, but not taking it easy at the same time. And
they roll into turn number 3 and 4, smooth and steady. You can see that track starting to slick off a little bit higher. You mentioned it, that track is going to go away the further as we go on here in this 100 lapper, top to bottom. Nobody's running the middle of the racetrack. You notice that?
Not yet. Give it time. Once that top side wears off, there was a car that's caught the back of Tyler Ducharme, and I believe that might have been Dalton Cloyd in the number 30 machine as we go yellow. Let's see if we can quickly get who that might have been. Zach McSwain looks like.
Tough break for him. He's run 6th in our point standings. Take a look at our Wicked Cushion instant replay.
Let's see.
That is Blake Brown behind him.
Yep, the red and white car, so...
Oh, looks like that was Cloyd. Was that Cloyd?
Yeah, that was Cloyd that got into the back of Tyler Ducharme. And then sort of McSwain again. Nowhere to go on that one. It's a case of what we're seeing twice tonight here with drivers getting taken out and nowhere to go.
So we are working caution number 2 here in this 100 lapper here at Lanier International Raceway in Georgia. So right now it's all Dylan Wilson out front. James Ambrosius. Dylan Wilson trying to get that lead away from him. Wilson's got a strong car. He's got a strong car anytime he gets out on the racetrack. I've noticed.
Yeah, this is pretty much his bread and butter here on the iRacing.com. His super late models. And also UMP Modified, so looking forward to that show. When was that? May 31st?
Yeah, the big modified race, 400 to win.
Yep. Yeah, that's the one. He's pretty good in the modifieds too, so we go back to green. James Ambrosius with the Delaware double file restart. Had the front row all to himself. Morgan now up on the inside. He'll take position 2 down the back straightaway with Wilson. He wants no part in that one. He wants to get back to the runner-up position. But right now at the start-finish line, I think Wilson may have just had it.
And Wilson, he's got Morgan underneath him. Devin Morgan, that car on the move down the back straightaway. He's going to try to roll underneath Dylan Wilson as James Ambrosius pulls away. He's got about a half a second lead as they roll down the front straightaway. And looks like he got a little low. There goes that cone again.
Yeah, told you. It won't be the only time we see it go flying, as no doubt we'll see it at least a couple more times go flying here in this race alone. As right now, Ambrosius running the big slider line. Just watch Dylan Wilson at mid-track. There he is already. Well, you said nobody's running mid-track, and Dylan Wilson, he's just thought, you know what? I'm gonna show Chris on how to get it done.
We'll try to run the middle, will Dylan Wilson, as he runs out of turn number 1 and 2, trying to catch up to your leader, James Ambrosius, who's still got about a half a second lead now, moves up to 0.8 of a second. They're 3 wide back there for that 4th spot. It's Nibrugi, Collins, and C running the bottom, Nibrugi on the middle of the racetrack, and it's Gavin Collins up to 4th. Jacob Fields, he's dropping backwards. He's decked to 7th.
Yeah, well, he's in that 007. He's certainly got the hazard lights on. He's going backwards quicker than he would have liked. He would have looked to move forward in the main event, but not to be. Is watching Nibrugi in the yellow and black team. VLR.com is now Wilson as holding off a challenge here from Devin Morgan. As Morgan, I tell you what, he's just consistent at the moment.
He is. He's hit his marks. He's not gotten off of the marks at all. But he's now going to let Morgan look underneath him as Ambrosius, he's about a half a straight away from the lap car of Tanner Tomasi, it looks like. So lap traffic may play a tail here in just a few minutes.
Oh, it took him, 40-odd laps to get to lap traffic in the Pro Late Models, but these Super Late Models, there's Quillen. He's already 2 laps down, of course. He was the car that went upside down, but Tomasi trying to stay on the lead lap. He is some 5 seconds away from Zach McSwain in 18th position.
Man, the car is starting to get spread out a little bit in the back of the pack. Maybe just take a look back at Evan C. He's got that 4th spot away from Gavin Collins as they roll out of turn number 3 and 4. It is Gavin Collins running 5th, Jacob Fields 6th, and it's Brown. Niebergy has fell all the way back to the 8th position. Sorensen and Ducharme round out the top 10.
Have a look at Blake Brown, up 11 positions at the moment. He started position number 18 and he sits in 7th. So Blake Brown, that 74B, and considering 11 positions in the space of about 26 laps, that's not a bad start to the 100-lap main event.
He is working his way forward. Evan C's moved up 5 spots. Barry Sorensen's moved up 5 spots. How about Brad Dyer up 7? Chris Fisher up 8 spots. Right now, the guy dropping back the furthest, Zach McSwain, you saw him in one of those earlier cautions. He's dropped 8 spots. So, car's still running around here. It's James Ambrosius over Dylan Wilson's 0.7 of a second. Separate 1st and 2nd here at Lanier International Speedway.
Yes, Ambrosius says, bring up if I can do this, the last lap time. There we go. Just to give us an indication on how quick Dylan Wilson and Devin Morgan are, because right now, that's not them. That's
Dylan
them.
Wilson was the fastest car on the racetrack that last time around, 14.618. And now Devin Morgan the fastest, 14.672. So top 3 cars, class of the field right now. Ambrosius, Wilson, and Morgan trying to get on that lap car. Tanner Tomasi giving him a little trouble as he rolls down the front.
Now, I don't know whether he's just alt F4'd out of that one or whether he has got those internet issues. And I want to say he's just done the honourable thing and alt F4'd, realising that he was already getting a lap down and wasn't able to hang with these guys, unfortunately. But we've got a new race leader down the back straightaway as this top 3 right now on screen. Wilson running bottom to middle on the racetrack as Ambrosius now going to cut down low, down into 10 and 1 2. He'll shut the door on Morgan.
Got a new leader as it is Dylan Wilson out front. Ambrosius falls back to the 2nd spot. Devin Morgan trying to find a way to poke his nose under. Try to get that 2nd spot away from Ambrosius. They almost made a little bit of contact down the front straightaway. If they didn't make contact, that's about as close as you can get without touching as they roll down the back straightaway. Oh, and they made contact. Ambrosius goes sideways, and now Morgan's going to go to the inside. We'll see if we can see if Ambrosius gives him one back. Nope, he decided, no, we're just going to gather it back up and try to get going again.
Yeah, I don't think James is going to forget about that one anytime soon, but they kind of just look like they're fighting for the same bit of real estate as now Ambrosius. Now he'll come back to the inside on Morgan, so maybe we might just see a bit of retaliation, but I don't think that's the way James is going to want to race Devin Morgan for the 2nd and 3rd spot. Just look at Evan C. He is now coming, and he is just about 0.4 of a second off James Ambrosius. So we're about to see potentially Evan C. move into position number 3.
James Ambrosius, one of our drivers that got an invite from the B Series. He finished 2nd in that B Series event. Jacob Fields, Alex Payne, Ben Countermarsh, and Brad Dyer all got the invite to come up and race with us tonight in the Super Late Model Series. And out of the invites, James Ambrosius is sitting in that 3rd spot. Jacob Fields 7th. And Brad Dyer runs 11th out of those invite cars.
Yeah, let's watch on Blake Brown. He's up to position number 5 again. So he is really starting to move along, and we are looking at 40 down, 60 to run. So we're 10 laps shy of making it past the half race distance, and what is just one yellow so far, I think, Chris?
We have 2 cautions so far in this event.
Yes, that's right.
As Dylan Wilson is starting to catch up to that lap car of Dustin Sizemore. He's got Aaron Kitchen in front of him as well. The way Dylan Wilson is running, he may dispatch of those 2 lap cars with ease. As here comes Evan Seed out of the inside of James Ambrosius for the 3rd spot.
Ambrosius upstairs, that top side gone away. This is where, and as I said, once we get to half race distance, there will be very little of the racetrack, very little of this racetrack upstairs, and that's what I mean. Right up on the outside concrete wall, there's just a very slim line in turn number 3 and 4. There's a little bit more there in turns 1 and 2, but again, it is very slim up there to keep that right rear in the moisture and try and catch the cushion. You might as well just roll off the throttle and just do what these guys are doing and just go the shortest way around this 3/8 of a mile racetrack.
Track officials decided not to rework the racetrack. They're like, we got another 100 laps in this thing, and they can put them anywhere right now, but it looks like the bottom of the racetrack may be the way to go here very shortly, as the gap between 1st and 2nd, almost a second and a half, little over a second and a half now, pushing 2 seconds between Wilson and Morgan as they work through lap traffic. It's Wilson, Morgan, C, Ambrosius, and Brown. Your top 5. Tyler Deschamps worked his way back up into the top 10 now. Back, he's up to 10th.
Yeah, good job by the driver of the number 25 machine as Kitchen and Sizemore, the 2 lap cars, working on the top of the racetrack at both ends. You see the 112 of Devin Morgan back there in 2nd spot. Just gets got clear there of Aaron Kitchen. There's now Evan C. He'll look to dispatch of the number 17 machine into turn number 1 and 2 as Kitchen going to race him back down into turn number 3. Not doing anything wrong at this stage, just holding his line and staying out of the preferred line from the drivers inside your podium positions.
Currently 13 cars on the lead lap, 17 cars remain on the racetrack out of the 21 that started this event. Brad Dyer, Zach McSwain, Tanner Tomasi, all out of this race. I believe we got one more that is out. Can't quite see him on the screen. Dalton Cloyd, yep, he was part of that first caution. As
look out!
The leader almost made contact with Justin Sick's spun machine. So Justin Sick blocking the racetrack there. We'll take a look at our wicked cushion instant replay.
I believe it took like 30 odd laps for something to happen here in our next yellow flag. As again watching the 17 just catches the inside wall. Chris Fisher just appeared out of nowhere. Did you see that, or was I seeing things?
He just appeared out of nowhere, right there.
He's got that. Oh no, I don't want to fast forward it. I want to go back and I want to play it.
Maybe did Fisher get into him, but we couldn't see it? No, he was too far behind.
He was behind him. He had that Tanner Tomasi internet.
Dylan Morgan, though, he made contact with Justin Sick's spun car with that right rear. We'll see if there's any damage. I don't know if there's any damage on that right rear, if it's going to affect anything on that number 80 machine. We'll find out, though, as the green flag will fly here in just a few.
Lights are out, so we're going this time by, actually.
Third track at Charlotte Motor Speedway next Sunday. Keep track of that one, but we're back to green flag racing here at Lanier International with still about less than half the race to go. We are completing
exactly
lap number
50 to go that time by it was.
Just past the halfway point.
Yes, and this field gets bunched back up once again as we watch these drivers. This is going to be a race. C versus Wilson. Looking forward to this one as these drivers are working down low through turn number 1 and 2 as C just trying to be patient at this stage of the race, knowing that we've only completed half of it. He wants to get to the front, but again, he wants to be patient as well.
Down the back straightaway, C is now pulled up to the back bumper of the 80 machine of Dylan Wilson. Morgan, and I've got to give an attaboy. How about a run from Blake Brown? He is up to the 4th starting spot as James Ambrosius led the first part of the race, now has fell back to the 5th position. Jacob Field 6, Collins, Nebrugy, Murray, and Tyler Deschamps round out the top 10.
It's another one of these neat little things we get to play around with. Just look at the kilometers per hour now. I know you guys run around in miles per hour.
Yeah, I was going to say, I have no clue how to convert that one.
Yeah, I probably about, I want to say about 110, 120, I'd say.
Well, we'll figure it. That's 98 miles an hour is 158 kilometers. So there we go. I had my converter here on my phone. I had to pop it up real quick.
Well, there you go. See? Easy come, easy go. As everybody all down to the low side. Your top, what is it, 8 cars, single file there, just hits. Uh-oh, Wilson, out of shade, may have caught the wall. Wow.
That's going to drastically change the field here as Evan C. goes around Devin Morgan, Dylan Wilson, and Blake Brown as he works to the inside of Dylan Wilson for that 3rd spot. Wilson going to hold on by half a car length. Man, I would love to know what just happened there with Brown, or with Wilson.
Yeah, I don't think it didn't come up that he crashed, so he's obviously still circulating, and I'm not sure whether that triggers a incident on the timing screen, but anyhow, Dylan Wilson falls back to 3rd as he's got pressure here from Blake Brown and Evan C. Devin Morgan driving off into the night. Holding hands, 1 and 2.
It's about 0.3 of a second separating 1st and 2nd, then a full second back from 1st to 3rd as they roll down the back straightaway. Evan C. Devin Morgan, and now Dylan Wilson's off the pace.
Yeah, something obviously gone wrong on this number 80 machine. I'm going to say that's a hardware issue or something on that, because he just would not pull that car up like that, and of course done the honourable thing, got back to pit road and allowed this race to still stay under the green flag conditions. Look at Nibregi now battling with Gavin Collins in that 713. That's for position 6 and 7 on screen right now. As you take a look at the gap between C and Morgan, it's roughly staying at around 0.4 of a second.
Now, for those that may be watching for the first time, when you say hardware issue, what do you think could have happened?
It could have been, depends if he runs an Oculus Rift or whether the wheel may have had a connection issue or a set of pedals. I mean, it could be a PC issue, a monitor issue. Again, you don't really know unless you know what they're running.
It is Evan C. still out front, 0.6 of a second. Blake Brown in 3rd spot. Ambrosius and Fields now. Fields worked his way back up into the top 5. As track still hasn't taken rubber yet. It's not a one-laner, but it's getting pretty by now. Evan C.'s having a little bit of the blinking issues.
Yeah, I guess you could call it the... how about we use this word? That's the joy of sim racing, right? These you won't see this happen in real life.
Who's that running the very top up there? Oh my,
Aaron
that is
Kitchen.
Kitchen. He is way up there on the top. So he's a lap, 2 laps down. He's just burning that top side up.
Yeah. Yeah, he can't get down low. Well, the car's on the lead lapper down there, so he's just figured, you know what? Actually, you know what? I'm going to go as far as to say as Dylan Wilson got bored of this race.
Think so? So he dropped out due to boredom.
Again,
I'm going to write that in my DNF file. DNF got bored. His fun meter was pegged, kids.
Yeah, the DNF now stands for does not fun.
Evan C. 0.7 of a second as they look to put a lap down on Barry Sorensen. But Sorensen, he's got a battle going on right there. Looks like, I believe that is Sizemore. He's lapped down, so that's not a battle for position.
As Sizemore's about to get put a second lap down once Evan C. gets back by him. I'm going to say right now, Morgan has closed the gap here on Evan C. But again, Evan C. over the last couple of laps, he's had to deal with Dustin Sizemore to try and figure out a way by that number 11 machine, as he just pretty much just not so much pulls over, but again stays on the bottom groove. Can't go up because Sorensen was up on the outside, and now these drivers, they're going to have to roll the middle of the racetrack. But look at C. Once he got by Sizemore, he's now gotten by Barry Sorensen. He stays glued to that bottom side.
Got it pulled out just a little bit ahead of Devin Morgan. Morgan closed that gap to about 0.1 of a second. Now it's grown back to almost 1 second, separating 1st and 2nd. As Evan C. continues to lead, Devin Morgan 2nd, then it's Brown in 3rd, Ambrosius and Fields rounding out the top 5. As Collins, Nibregi, Descharme up to 8th, Blake Murray 9th, and Chris Fisher 10th. Fisher, the last car on the lead lap, as we have 10 cars remaining on the lead lap here at Lanier International in this 100-lapper.
Now we are 24 laps away now from the main event concluding, and a reminder, in 1 hour's time It'll be the DirtFan.com 410 Winged Sprint Car Series. Yes, we are staying here at Lanier. And again, this kind of racetrack, what you're seeing right now, I think we'll see that in about heat 2 or 3 of the sprint cars. We're going to have a very, very slick racetrack in the sprint cars.
Those downforce, those wings put on those race cars, it digs the cars into the dirt a lot more than these late models do, and that packs the track a lot faster.
It's obviously why these late models are so easier to get through the slick, because when you take a look at the rear end of the race cars, they're obviously lifting up and leaning on the right rear a lot more than what they do on the left rear.
Yeah, you're exactly right. These late models, it seems like I could put them anywhere on the racetrack. The track seems a lot wider for these late models than it would be a sprint car.
All right, top 5 separated by about 4, we'll just call it 4.5 seconds. There's a second gap between Evan C. and Devon Morgan. It's a similar sort of gap back to Blake Brown. All Team VLR drivers 1, 2, and 3. And after Howard Weaver got a podium in the Pro Late Models, the VLR guys come out here on the Super Late Model National Series, and they just picked up where Howard left off. This race leader coming into screen. There he is in that number 33 machine. Then the 112 of Morgan in second, so he's closed the gap considerably, 0.3 of a second over the last couple of laps as well.
And he's got a couple of lap cars duking it out for position in front of him. Keep an eye on that. It looks like it's going to be Blake Murray and Tyler Deschamps, the next couple of cars to go a lap down as Blake Murray goes a lap down.
That's actually Alex Payne there just in front of him in that 70 machine, so they're not even actually battling for position, so there's lap cars all over the racetrack.
You got them everywhere.
I see Wilson just joined the chat. Dylan, explain to us why you pulled off about 25, 30 laps ago. I'm curious to see why you would actually pull off the racetrack.
Oh, I was thinking it was just maybe he's mentioned a hardware issue possibly, or we'll find out. Hopefully he'll find us out. So
Alex Payne in the number 70 machine, after getting an invite from the Super Late Model B series, got third, I think it was, wasn't it, in that series?
Who was it? Ambrosius or Payne?
Payne.
Payne finished third. You are correct.
Yeah, there you go. I was barely awake for the race, and I only know third place, so I couldn't tell you the other drivers.
Caution is out. Yellow is out on the speedway. That'll be our 4th caution of this event, and it comes with just a handful of laps remaining. We'll see what happened on our Wicked Cushion instant replay.
I think it might have been the 25 here of Tyler Ducharme. I think he's trying to spruce things up for us. Oh, Sizemore just tried to get to the pits.
Oh,
Ducharme
had nowhere to go.
Yeah, just tagged the back of him. That's the third time that's happened. We've had 4 cautions now, and the third time that somebody has tagged the back of someone just trying to avoid them.
So tough break for Tyler Ducharme in that 25 machine. Driver 2 coming to us out of Vermont. One of our only drivers out of Vermont. Bomosine, Vermont. That Team Slick Motorsports machine. Second place in points currently.
Just trying to find him on the timing scoring. Ducharme 8th. There he is.
The last car on the lead lap is Ducharme.
Still yet to get Dylan's reasoning for escaping out. 12 laps left to run. So the time is now to get those super late models. So we are going back yellow. I don't think Race Control happy with that start. Don't see anything here to say that. Oh, hang on. Maybe this. I don't know. It's the only thing about. Nope. It's not it.
A couple cars stopped there.
I'm not even going to attempt to find that one. With this timing and scoring, with the way it is, it gives us, let's say when the cars get off the gas, from obviously when the yellow flag comes out, it tells me that they crashed when in fact they didn't actually crash. So then I've got, 15, 16 things that just where it says this driver crashed. Well, that's not the case. So,
Yeah, false indicator.
yes. So we have still 12 to run. Make that 11 actually.
What Evan C. wanted to see, as now he's got Devin Morgan right there on his tail tank, or his fuel cell. Blake Brown, James Ambrosius, Jacob Fields rounding out the top 5. Niebergy, Collins, Ducharme, then it's Blake Murray and Barry Sorensen rounding out the top 10 as we pull off the racetrack. The pace truck back underway with 11 laps remaining here in this 100-lapper at Lanier International as Evan C. pulls the way down the back straightaway from Devin Morgan. Down the back straightaway, Blake Brown into third spot, Ambrosius and Fields rounding out the top 5.
Oh, look at this, going back on for 4th, 5th and 6th right now. They were 3 wide for a moment as Ambrosius on the outside of Fields. Fields up on the inside looking for position number 4 down the back straightaway. Your top 3, they have just checked out in this one. They've all got anchors tied to the back of Evan C. as he's just bringing the teammates with him down through turn number 1 and 2.
Down the back straightaway, it is still Jacob Fields holding off Ambrosius for that 5th spot. As here comes Niebergy now. He's trying to pull up on Ambrosius for 5th as they move down the back straightaway. Top 3 cars, though, man, they are over a second ahead of that 4th place car at Fields.
Yeah, I think it's a little too late right now. Too little, too late for the driver of the 007 machine. 7 to run. That time by through turn number 1 and 2 and TeamVLR.com. They've got to be happy with this result if they can finish the top 3. 6 laps left to run.
Blake Brown's got to be your hard charger. I forgot where he started, but he has got to be your hard charger for this race so far, as he has now worked to that 3rd spot. I knew early in the race he has moved up 15 positions. Look at that. He is the hard charger of the race. Yeah, that is... And he got up there in a hurry, too.
Yeah, I mean, even look at Chris Fisher. Although he's a lap down, he's moved 10 spots as well. So Blake Murray, he's a lap down. He is up 7. So these drivers have, been able to work through this field. And, you got to think bad luck there for, obviously, Wilson, down 15. McSwain, Tomasi down 8 and 9. But, man, oh, man, as we wind down the laps here in tonight's main event, 4 laps, make that 3 laps left to run.
Evan C. still got about a 6/10 of a second lead over Devin Morgan as the laps clicking down. You mentioned 3 to go here in this 100-lapper. Down the back straightaway they go. As we get 2 to go, this time by the popsicle sticks flying up in the air from our flagman. 2 to go.
Evan C. through turn number 1 and 2. Again, 7/10, so he has opened up that lead over Blake Brown and Devin Morgan. He's got the similar sort of gap back to Blake Brown in position number 3 as the white flag is going to fly. Our 100-lap A main event is about to close out, this time by into turn number 3 and out of turn number 4. The checkered flag is out. Team VLR, they will go 1, 2 and 3. They will sweep the podium. Evan Morgan, I'd see. It was that long of a race. I've tried to combine Evan C and Devin Morgan in the 1. But Evan C will come away victorious here tonight. So we take a look here at the results. Devin Morgan 2nd. That's heat 1. Again, it's showing me up this thing. Here we go. Devin C, Devin Morgan, Blake Brown, Jacob Fields, James Ambrosius, Garrett Niebergy, Gavin Collins, Tyler Ducharme, Barry Sorensen, Chris Fisher, your top 10. Blake Murray, Alex Payne, Aaron Kitchen, Huey Quillen, Dustin Sizemore, Dylan Wilson, Justin Sick, Brad Dyer, Zach McSwain, Tanner Tomasi, and Dalton Cloyd, your 21 drivers in this one.
Race from Evan C, moving up 8 spots to get the win in this long 100-lapper here at Lanier International. And don't forget, coming up here in about 45 to 50 minutes, we've got 410 Wings Sprint Car action right here from Lanier. They'll whip the track back into shape and get it back going one more time. So we wait for our We got our third place finisher, Blake Brown, waiting in the wings here. And now our third place finisher, Blake Brown, joins us. Man, what a trucking up through the field you made. You were on a rail there on the bottom of the racetrack.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. Just couldn't get going in the heat races and qualifying as usual, but I got up there, so that's all that matters.
Now, these 100 lap, what is your mindset going into a 100 lap race as opposed to, a 30, a 35 lapper?
Just keep the car with no damage. That way, it's good at the end.
See a little bit of damage on your right side, but nonetheless, it didn't affect you moving up the racetrack a little bit. The cautions only had 5 cautions. That's unusual in a 100 lap race. You usually get a lot more than that. Do you think those cautions affected you any? Or?
They probably helped me, if anything. They got me up closer and bunched everybody back up.
Who you got helping you out?
Evan is the big helper there. Gets the setups going. Just Team VLR, and congratulate him on the win, and Devin on the second place.
All right, Blake, thanks a lot for racing with us, and hope you have a good rest of the night.
Yeah, you too.
That is Blake Brown coming to us out of Des Moines, Iowa, and the Team VLR machines. And Brett, I believe, will have our runner-up.
Yes, going to stand by here with Devin Morgan in the 112 machine. And Devin, well, congratulations, second spot here tonight. It was always going to be a tough race, this 100 lap around Lanier, but you come home second spot. You can't be too disappointed with that one.
Oh, no, I can't be disappointed at all. It isn't a track I like or care for, so be able to walk away with a second. Pretty good.
It's always going to be tough to get to the front, just trying to figure out where you started here. You start at position 6, so highest point scorer from the drivers that made the redraw. Start 6, game plan for those first 25 to 50 laps. What was that one?
The game plan for the first 50 laps or so was just keep the spoiler straight. I knew starting on that top I was gonna have to run the slider line, and I was probably being a bit more cautious than I need to on staying off the wall when I slid into the tacky up there. But I just want to be sure I had a spoiler there for the last 50 when everything moved back down to the bottom, and I felt like I did that pretty well, and it worked out all right.
You guys got to lap traffic. It was a fair bit of traffic as well. Coming your and Evan's way with about 10, I think it might have been 11 or 12 to go. You got a caution. How does the mindset change, and how does that game plan change considering knowing that you got 10 to go?
The mindset didn't really change at all. I knew Evan was just faster than me. It's hard to beat him on a track like this. Real slicked off and everything. He's just super fast. And I knew I had a teammate behind me also that wasn't going to run me over. So I just, went back to hitting my marks, making sure I was being consistent and not making mistakes, and just trying to hold on for that second.
Well, good points all for you. Good points all tonight. Going forward in this Super Late Model National Series, we'll let you get out of here, Devin, and we'll let you thank some sponsors before we let you go, buddy.
Yeah, I gotta thank my mom, my dad, MP and marketing, Wiley X glasses. I gotta thank Team VLR for everything they do, MNC for the super fast setup. I gotta thank Dreamer Racing Series, Barber Ford, and Splashing O Graphics for the awesome wrap.
All right, there we go. Devin Morgan there, home in second spot. Chris, you're standing by with our winner here tonight.
All right, Evan C. moving up to the podium, coming to us out of Chesney, South Carolina. Man, what a run for you, moving up 8 spots to take the win. Looks like you were very, very patient for that first 50 laps or so.
Oh, yeah, this is definitely a patience track, especially 100 laps. You can't, you don't want to push it in the beginning, get caught up in the wreck, and, to set yourself further back in the field than you have to be. So, just being patient, making sure, we started up high, started down low, and just taking them as they went. And I gotta say, I hate that for Wilkes something, that code deal. I'd never want to, pass somebody like that. And, I wish stuff like that wouldn't happen. But, it's just, I hate it for him and that code.
Now, you've had a very eventful night. You've been racing a lot this evening, 2 different racetracks. What's your plan when you go into a 100 lap race? Is like you said earlier, is it a patience thing?
Oh yeah, most definitely. If was pretty confident in the setup. So if you're pretty confident in the setup, and you can get to the front by just biding your time and not making any moves that you don't have to. If you can have a clean car once you get up there, it's even better.
You're going to go from Lanier this week to Charlotte next week. Two totally different animals. How are you going to prepare for Charlotte next week?
Oh yeah, I think most of us have a lot of experience there, the spring fling and stuff being there. So I'm sure it'll be a fast race, and everybody will be on their A game. So I'm sure it'll be fun.
And Team VLR is sweeping the top 3 spots. Got to be happy with that one.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I think we've won the last 3 or 4. So just say congrats to those guys. They've been running good, and we've just as a team been staying smooth and keeping it up front as a whole.
Who do you want to give thanks to?
Just got to thank all the guys at Team VLR, Iris and I Flag, Jim Emery at Supermoon Graphics, or not Supermoon now, Next Level Designs for Awesome Paints, Cabron Screen Printing, see Captain Ben Morgan, and just thank y'all for the broadcast, Stephen McMillan, for putting on a series. It's been fun.
All right, Evan, congratulations, and once again, thanks for racing with us tonight.
Thank you.
That is your winner tonight's 100 lapper, Evan C., coming to us out of the Team VLR stable, all the way from Chesney, South Carolina. Brett, man, he was on a mission, wasn't he?
Yes, all drivers from the Team VLR camp are always going forward. Most times in super late models, and of course, we've seen the likes of Blake Brown up. What was it, 15 or 16 spots? Evan C. moved up 8 spots as well. So it just goes to show you that they've got the ability. They've certainly got something figured out in these super late models.
Well, a good race, and now we got wing sprint cars coming up here in just a little bit. It's going to be more exciting. It's going to be exciting as well.
Yeah, they're a lot more exciting than a 100 lapper, that's for sure. Anyhow, it is what it is. Steve knows I like to give him crap, and again, anyhow, we'll wrap things up. Of course, big thanks to, of course, dirtfan.com and World of Thunder Racing League. Without those guys here on Sunday evening, putting on 4 league races and 4 league races every Sunday, and then of course they have a UMP Modifieds on the Wednesday as well, which of course covered by the great folks at LSR TV, who actually helped us in getting this new overlay and helping us get it figured out. We're sort of just learning on the fly and figuring things out as we go, so a bit of a trial and error. But Chris, we'll see you back shortly in about 40 minutes time for some 410 wing sprint car action. And of course, big thanks to the sponsors here at Ultimate Dirt TV. Big thank you to Wicked Cushion, World of Thunder Racing League, Dirtfan.com, iRace Wraps, ISBC Broadcasting, and Critical Hit Baits. On behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, and on behalf of your broadcast team tonight, Chris Nunn and myself, Brett Wheeler, we say farewell, and we'll see you shortly for the 410 Winged Sprint Cars.